I met a gypsy.
Yeah, so the Nicky Hayden thing was like I knew immediately because of the Red Bull Straight Rhythm that I did like a couple months before I got the CR250. Like seeing all the replica bikes that were at Red Bull Straight Rhythm that year was just like I knew I wanted to make some sick replica. And when I got the CR250, like I was looking at all the iconic 250s from back in the day, like all of the old like 80s bikes with the fork boots and like the blue seats and everything, and I was like I could have done a Ricky Carmichael replica bike. And I was like, man, this is like all been done before. I want to do something unique, especially because I'm going to be building it on YouTube where like it needs to have that, click factor or whatever. So I started to look at like famous Hondas in other forms of motorsports. And like the biggest one for me was I watch a lot of Formula One. So I kind of wanted to originally base it off of one of the Formula One like Red Bull cars because they always do some really sick like one-off liveries in the off season or when they're doing all their testing.
Yeah, testing and
And so I
stuff.
actually, yeah, and they were sick, and I was like, dude, we could do something really sick. And then like I started to look deeper and more into the Hondas, and I saw the Mark Marquez's bike, and I was like, bro, that thing could actually be nasty. And then the reason I chose to do the Nicky Hayden is because I actually had 69,000 subscribers at the time when I got the bike. So I was
Wow.
like, I saw Nicky Hayden was number 69, obviously American like hero too. So it all just kind of just meshed together. And yeah, I'm very, very sad that that bike got stolen, but also really stoked that we, got to capture the full build at least and kind of give a nice tribute to Nicky because he's a legend for sure.
And so, how did the bike get stolen? Like, what led to it getting stolen? And like, have you given up hope that that thing is like ever going to be found?
Yeah, so after we got the bike all the way put together, there's like a little servo, and CR250 owners will know this. There's like a little servo in the motor that controls the electronically controlled RC valve,
Yeah.
and those things go bad all the time. And I guess that one was seized up, but I had no idea. I didn't know what that even was. So I had taken it to a local bike shop, and these things are like they're discontinued, and during COVID or whatever they're like insanely hard to find, and
Oh
shipping, like when you
yeah.
could find one, shipping was taking forever. So it was sitting in a maintenance barn for like probably a month or two. And just during that time the maintenance barn got broken into and like 11 bikes were stolen. So it's definitely pretty sad day. But yeah, there's I've kind of given up hope. I mean, the only reason I still keep a little bit of hope is because there's so many like unique parts on that bike that if any of them do pop up, like someone's definitely bound to see it, especially given the following and everything. But I don't know, man. I mean, it hasn't been found already, which is kind of worrying. It's probably just sitting in someone's like garage or in a ditch somewhere. Yeah, pretty sad about that one. But on the other hand, it does give us the opportunity to like build a bigger and better one. So maybe we'll have to do that sometime soon.
Yeah. So what? Like, have you got any kind of ideas of bikes, like builds and stuff that you want to do?
I mean, I definitely want a 252 stroke because the whole reason I got one was because I never got a chance to ride a 252 stroke. I feel like
Mm.
that's kind of one of the bikes that's like very like niche because everyone rides a 125 because that's like the stepping stone from super minis. But then you move on to a 250F and onto a 450F, and like I feel like not a lot of people ride a CR or a 252 stroke. I never got to, and that was like the main motivation. So I definitely want a 252 stroke, and I do like love Hondas and everything. So I'm kind of thinking about doing another CR250, but I also don't want to just, do the same thing. So I'm not exactly sure yet what I want to do, but I'm thinking another 252 stroke for sure.
Yeah, dude. How insane is the whole bike build YouTube thing?
Dude, hundreds of thousands of subscribers for like, I mean, Cameron Naimela. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. People always roast me for it, but he does a killer job with the bike builds, and like he's a good rider, but he's not like, racing pro nationals or anything. So he doesn't have that like alluring factor at all. He just is so crazy good with his bike builds and like such a relatable guy. Like anyone could go out and build the exact same bike that he built. He just does a really good job, and he does really great tutorials too. So like
Mm.
anyone who wants to know how to rebuild their carburetor, like he's the guy to go to. So yeah, I think that's sick. And plus, like I said before, like someday down the line, he can look back and like relive the process of building that bike. Like even for me, that the Nicky Hayden bike got stolen, like I can go back and kind of like relive the memories that I had with that bike. So sick that people like do those builds on YouTube.